Hey there, quirky people! Moon Knight's 4th episode ended with one of the biggest twists we've seen since Loki's 4th episode. First, the whole asylum sequence had us like, was it all an illusion? Were the events from episode 1 to episode 4 real? Or were they all happening in Marc's head? Then when Marc freed Steven from a sarcophagus, it became clear that it's the asylum sequence that was happening in Marc's head.
How is this possible?
I don't know.
What's the last thing that you remember? Harrow shot us.
Yes!
Then Hippo Goddess came in and totally surprised us. Hi. But before that, there was another suspicious movement involving a second sarcophagus. After Marc freed Steven, they saw something else knocking in another tomb. But instead of checking on it, they moved on and met the Hippo Goddess instead. But people eagerly wanted to know who was in the coffin. Well, I might have the answer for this question. In the comics, Marc Spector has 3 personalities besides Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. There's himself, Steven, and a New York cabbie called Jake Lockley. But so far, Jake Lockley has not showed up in the series. So the persona knocking on the coffin has to be him, right? Well, that's the straightforward answer. But I believe that there's a twist. Right from episode 1, we've been getting hints of this third persona's presence in the show. And apparently, both Marc and Steven are not aware of him. Episode 3 showed us a mysterious personality taking over Marc's body when he was knocked out by Harrow's goons. And in the next shot, we saw how he murdered 2 of them. But both Marc and Steven did not know who did that. Marc is a mercenary and he is quite brutal himself. But he does show restraint while killing. So it is clear that he did not murder those 2 goons. And this also hints that he wasn't the one who took over when Harrow's followers were trying to snatch the scarab from Steven. Seeing how bloody Steven's hands were, and how everyone around him was dead, it's possible that this was the work of the mysterious third personality. So far, we've established that this persona is brutal, and does not hold back from killing. He's right up there along the lines of people like Ronin or the Punisher. In the comics, Jake Lockley is just a cab driver. He is not as brutal as Marc's third persona in the MCU. He fulfills the detective aspect of Moon Knight by roaming around the streets of New York. He collects intel from the network of informants that he established. So, it is possible that the third persona in Moon Knight is called Jake Lockley. And just like the MCU has turned Steven into a gift shop worker from a millionaire in the comics, they could have turned Jake into a cold-blooded murderer. But doesn't this feel highly predictable? That's why I believe that this mystery persona is an entirely new creation on Marvel's part. In the MCU, this split personality could be called Scotty. Remember how this museum guard referred to Steven as Scotty not once or twice, but 3 whole times?
Is that you, Scotty?
No, Scotty.
Mate, how's it going, Scotty?
A mistake could be made once, or even twice. But I don't believe that a sane person would repeat it a 3rd time after being corrected. So it would be safe to assume that the third persona is called Scott, or perhaps Scotty instead of Jake. And apart from being a carefree, cold-blooded murderer, he is also a total ladies' man. I mean, he has to be the one who set up a date with this woman.
Are you asking me out?
You're funny. I'll see you then.
Marc is married to Layla. Even though he pushed her away, we know that he still loves her. So why would he ask this woman out, even if it is for Steven? Both of them share the same body after all. So wouldn't that count as cheating? It would, right? So the date could be another hint for something that Scotty did. And Paul from Heavy Spoilers pointed out that this particular person could also be the third persona instead of Marc. Just focus on his accent.
I'm looking for Senfu's sarcophagus.
Hey, look, what the hell are you doing here? You shouldn't be here.
Isn't it different from how Marc usually talks?
All right, Steven. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. What now?
What now? What now is you give me the body and you piss off.
So if this person is Scotty, and he could disguise himself as Marc, then just imagine how many other instances could have been there where Scotty was in control instead of Marc. Scotty could have also taken over during the car chase sequence in the 1st episode. It even seems that he knows both Marc and Steven, and he doesn't have to take their permission to emerge. What if Khonshu actually chose Marc Spector as his avatar because of this murderous personality of his? And if Marc is his avatar, then he should know that there's a third persona that exists in his head as well. But we never heard him take Scotty's name out loud. We know that Khonshu wants to deliver justice by all means necessary. While Marc would think twice before killing someone, Scotty may not do the same. So, it's possible that Khonshu wants Scotty. And he never told Marc or Steven about Scotty's existence, or they won't let him emerge. My point is that the personality hidden in the sarcophagus is Scotty, or he could be called Jake Lockley. Either way, episode 5 will clear up this mystery. It would show us the moment when Khonshu chose Marc Spector as his avatar, and it would probably show us all the moments where Jake or perhaps Scotty was in control. Ultimately, if Moon Knight has to become a regular hero, then Marc, Steven, and Scotty will have to work in tandem.
Cheers, thanks a lot. Alright.
Once all three of them are on board with being the fist of Khonshu, Moon Knight will become one of the greatest heroes to exist in the MCU. That's all from us. What do you think about our analysis? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!